Today in Chicago, from a local hero to a controversial political speech, stay tuned for the latest scoop on today's top headlines. I'm Dean Bark, and welcome to the City Report with Dean Bark from Chicago. All right, let's dive in. Toymaker and Lake County reps critique Trump's State of the Union amid legal battles. Here's the scoop. Rick Woldenberg, who heads Learning Resources, was a guest at Trump's State of the Union. Now, Woldenberg's company had a bit of a tiff with Trump's administration over tariffs. And guess what? The Supreme Court sided with Woldenberg. They called those tariffs unconstitutional. Trump, in his usual fashion, wasn't too pleased and had some colorful words for the justices and plaintiffs. Trump did what Trump does best. He criticized and then some. But he also took time to honor military personnel and the Olympic hockey team. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Trump claimed those tariffs were country-saving. The Supreme Court, however, didn't quite see it that way. It's a classic case of political smoke and mirrors, if you ask me. The whole thing underscores the ongoing tug-of-war between trade policies and business interests. Trump's speech, well, it was more of the same divisive rhetoric, showing no signs of bridging gaps. Let's pivot to the next story. Orland Fire Chief suddenly resigns after just 4 months, sparking transparency concerns. Kevin Doyle, who was the fire chief, decided to call it quits after a short stint. Board member Tina Zekic is waving the transparency flag, wanting answers. The union has its own bone to pick, especially over an ambulance that was decommissioned last year. It's all a bit of a tangled web, with some discrepancies in the call data thrown in for good measure. The surprising bit? External assistance calls are being linked to routine exams. No kidding. Communication, or the lack of it, during leadership changes like these is crucial. If you ask me, leadership changes demand transparency to maintain trust in public services. Shifting gears, Gary West Side School community rallies for ousted principal amid controversial vote. Principal Carl Scott didn't have his contract renewed, and the community is none too happy. There was a walkout by students, and Mayor Eddie Melton's office was buzzing with calls of support for Scott. Though the board hasn't spilled the beans on why they made their decision, Angela Lockett was the lone dissenting vote. When leadership shifts in schools, it can really shake up student morale and community trust. The surprising part? The decision wasn't even on the meeting agenda. The board owes the community an explanation to avoid further unrest. And now for something completely different. NIPSCO faces public grievances over high bills at Valparaiso event. Customers are up in arms over high energy bills, with Dawn Cornett's mother's $372 bill as a prime example. NIPSCO's trying to explain the intricacies of their delivery charges and future conversion plans. But folks like activist Joan Marinello aren't buying it, calling NIPSCO a monopoly. The challenge here is balancing infrastructure costs with affordability. The confusion over delivery charges doesn't help either. Utility companies need to simplify billing to build customer confidence. All right, next topic. Brave 7-year-old honored with Linwood's first village key for heroic 911 call. Meet Mia Dates, a young hero who made a life-saving 911 call when her dad, Xavier, had an accident. Her quick thinking got her the first key to the village of Linwood. She was honored in a ceremony during Black History Month. Teaching kids emergency response skills is invaluable, and Mia's story is a heartwarming reminder of that. Oh, and she wants to be a safety official when she grows up. Now that's forward thinking. That's all for today on the City Report with Dean Bark from Chicago. Have a great day, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for more.